The 2026 FIFA World Cup was supposed to be football's grand entry into the American market. But the way things are going, it feels less like a World Cup and more like America's Cup. The World Cup draw turned into a full-blown political stage, a platform for US President Donald Trump. And with FIFA President Gianni Infantino now facing accusations of violating FIFA's neutrality, the question is loud. Are Canada and Mexico being sidelined? But more importantly, is the rest of the world being pushed to the backseat for an America First World Cup show? The FIFA World Cup draw took place in Washington. 3 world leaders, the US President, Canada's Prime Minister, and Mexico's President, were all present in one room. A historic moment for the 3-nation World Cup, especially given the tense situations between the 3 countries. But the atmosphere kept shifting and eventually orbiting around just one man, Donald Trump. Trump was given the inaugural Peace Prize, an award no one had ever heard of until it was announced, and yet somehow everyone already knew who would receive it. A predictable winner, a predictable cheer, but an extremely unpredictable controversy because soon after, a London-based advocacy group filed an ethics complaint against Gianni Infantino. And that's not just a legal complaint, that's a direct hit to FIFA's credibility. But here's the problem. Everyone is getting caught in the noise of the Peace Prize, but missing the bigger, more alarming trend. The entire World Cup branding, the scheduling, the staging, everything is screaming one thing and one thing alone. This is America's World Cup, not North America's, not the world's, only America's. Out of the 104 matches, America gets 78. Canada and Mexico 13 apiece. And yes, the opener is in Mexico City, but that's where the generosity ends. Sure, the US is the largest of the 3 hosts, of course, but 78 to 13, that's skewed. The truth is, on any given day, Mexico's football passion will swallow America's 10 times over. Mexico lives and breathes this sport. So giving Mexico only 13 matches is not just strange, it's absurd. And here's where the real concern starts. From the quarterfinals onwards, Mexico and Canada vanish completely. The business end of the tournament, quarterfinals, semifinals, final, all in the US. So what exactly are Mexico and Canada hosting? Group games, a sprinkling of round of 16, and then thank you, good night. But this isn't how co-hosting works. Look at what's happened in the past, especially with a sport like cricket. In 2011, India, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka co-hosted the Cricket World Cup. India hosted the final, yes, but the quarterfinals were distributed equally across the 3 nations. Semifinals went to India and Sri Lanka. The load was shared, both symbolic and meaningful. It happens over other editions as well. It's happened when Australia and New Zealand co-hosted the World Cup too. Because that's what co-hosting is. Not about land size, but contribution, passion, heritage. And what about the heritage here? Mexico is not just a host city, it is a football nation, one with deep roots. This is a nation that has hosted 2 iconic World Cups, 1970, 1986. The land that saw Pelé lift his 3rd World Cup, the land of Maradona's hand of God and goal of the century. In 2026, Mexico becomes the first country ever to host 3 World Cups. And their reward is 13 matches. Imagine sidelining a football heartland like that. And this World Cup isn't being treated as a football event, it's being shaped as a political and commercial project, a made-in-America global advertisement. Even FIFA's marketing makes it obvious. Look at the visuals, the slogans, the positioning, the branding heavily revolves around the US. Canada and Mexico feel like footnotes. And that's the real story. This is not a North American World Cup, it's an American-led World Cup with 2 neighbors invited to decorate the edges. The Peace Prize controversy is just the spark. If football's biggest tournament becomes a political stage, if history, passion and legacy are pushed to the side for commercial might, then the World Cup stops being a world event and becomes exactly what people fear, a tournament shaped by power, but not by the beautiful game.
I was born into revolution. I inherited power like a crown. What I delivered was isolation. I built a personality cult that touched every home. Millions suffered hunger under my rule, but no one dared to speak. I ruled from palaces. My people queued for rice. I called myself the dear leader. History calls me something else, the dictator. Who am I?